Hi everybody, this is Kristoph from Dutch Trails 4x4 coming to you from this wonderful New Mexico evening. It's actually a beautiful evening. It's not too cool, not too warm, not sun, or it's just sunny enough to be interesting. Now, coming off of an event, I guess it's kind of an event. It's like a public relations event. The Renaissance Fair here in Doñana County, Las Cruces. And one of the things about being in the SCA is that we fight, and we all have different ways of maintaining our armor. Now, I don't like rust. I hate rust. Rust is an enemy. So what I do is I coat my helmet, which is mild steel, in truck bed coating, because it's all weather, it's relatively durable, but the thing being is occasionally it needs to be touched up. Now, the sun came out so you can see it. So right here, where the steel flexed from a hit, it popped a little bit of the paint off, and there's other places like that. Like right here, where it flexed, it popped a little bit of the paint off. And, you know, it's just wear and tear. This chip right here probably happened from putting it down too hard. So it's just wear and tear. These things happen. So what you do is you find a place to hang it. It's got a chin strap in it. And spray it down with truck bed coating. Now let me see what's going on here. Ah, yes, you can see it. Okay. Now I'm not too worried about coloring other things black because the pillory is already black. Which, by the way, was a hit. Everyone loved it. I didn't make a single penny on it, but who cares? We had a good time, and that's what counts. So the idea is to hit the little spots that are chipped. Now you may be thinking, well, that's not very historically accurate. Actually, it is. I say that because in the Middle Ages and earlier, they would use various means of covering the metal to keep it from oxidizing. Sometimes they would use ammonia to brown the steel so that it's a lot more durable to the environment, I guess. It won't rust, basically. Or they cover it in oil, or grease, which is pretty common. But more often than not, and this is like, you may be wondering to yourself, well, I don't remember seeing any armor with paint. Well, I would say is that a lot of times they just simply painted it, and they had all sorts of different paints, a lot of which were lead bearing, some weren't. But you know, in the Middle Ages they did have paints, and they took advantage of this lot of people painted their armor. You may be reminiscent of the story of the Black Prince of England who went about jousting and probably all I'm going to do. So he went about jousting, and he was very good at it. He would win, and these were competitions just like golf, like the Professional Golfing Association, PGA. So they'd go town to town, city to city, jousting, sword fighting, doing stuff, kind of like in that movie A Knight's Tale, and which was actually, in as much as that wasn't historically accurate, it was actually historically accurate. It's hard to explain properly. The tournaments happened. They ran through the tournaments, they did great. It's just that his armor wasn't accurate. And, well, it doesn't matter. A lot of the ways in which he jousted were not accurate. But again, it's a fantasy, yay. So they would paint their armor, okay? And the story of the Black Prince is actually a good example in that because he was actually a prince of England, but he was kind of low on the list of inheritance, so he didn't have a lot of money. He was, for being an aristocrat, he was poor, cash poor, which actually happened a lot. That's why a lot of the aristocrats would go around jousting to earn money, for the same reason that people play pool, to earn money, or doing the golfing tournaments. Now, one of the things that he found, because he didn't have a lot of people around him to help him out, so rust started creeping into his armor, his helmet, his equipment, and he's like, oh, rust sucks. So he actually went and had his armor enameled, which is it's a baking type of, it's painting, but it's done through a baking process. Okay, so he had a hard black enamel put on his chainmail, his plate, his helmet, and everything. So whenever he would win a tournament, he would take his opponent's, equipment and horse and stuff. They would have to come back to him and purchase it back from him. So that way we have the term paying blackmail, because he had the black chainmail, that means you weren't rich enough to have a lot of people helping you out maintaining your armor, but at the same time, it always achieved some sort of a bad, it was bad that you had to pay blackmail because your horse was being held against you or what have you. So you'd have to go back to this guy and say, okay, I want my horse. Okay, fine, give me 5 gold pieces, you can have your horse back. You're like, fine, that sucks having to pay blackmail. See, because he was lower socioeconomically than they were, even though he was a prince, which is strange, but whatever. Middle Ages were a strange time. So there was that, and that was early Middle Ages. That was 1400s. Anyway, doesn't matter. Point being, blackmail, black helmet, it's all, it's to keep your armor from rusting. And so I've covered up all the bright spots, all the places where the metal had done this, it had pinged, and that little flake of paint came off. I've covered it all up. Maybe sometime in the near future I'll go through with a little bit of like gold or silver, and I'll highlight like the eyebrows and the nasal and the cheek plates, just to make it look good. But right now I just want to make sure that it's not going to rust on me, because this helmet was made specifically for me, very custom, very custom. It actually represents 4 different eras of the Viking existence, the type of Spangen helm, the brow pieces with the nasal, the cheek plates, and the anthropomorphic face plate. Oops. Naturally. And the anthropomorphic face plate. It all, each one of those elements is representative of a different era of the Viking experience, as it were. So, yeah, and even this back plate here, the vented back plate, that's also from a specific era. Oh yeah, and the mouth hole. See, these are ocularum, and this is the mouth hole. It's kind of shaped like this. And what's funny is I can open beer bottles with that. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so there we go. That is how we came to associate blackmail as a bad thing, because you know, the Black Prince of England would sell back people's horses and equipment after he would beat them in jousting, and since his armor was enameled black, you would have to pay blackmail. Anyway, doesn't matter. Okay, so there, yay, I have painted my helmet. Now I'm going to let it sit for 24 hours and stop smelling like paint. And like and subscribe, check out our merch, and I'm sure that, you know, the merchandise link will appear somewhere. Check out our merch, like, subscribe, comment, if you will, share. I know I talked to a couple of people who saw our videos at Ren Fair and just this evening at fighter practice. So cool, happy to see you. Please watch our videos all the way through. It really helps with the analytics. And talk to you later.